Property taxes are becoming one of the biggest financial concerns for millions of American homeowners, and now several states are making major changes that could dramatically impact how much people pay. These changes range from new exemptions for seniors to assessment caps, homestead rule updates, and in some cases, complete restructuring of how property tax bills are calculated. Homeowners all across the country are wondering whether their state will be the next to overhaul its system, and whether those changes will save them money or cost them more than ever before. Today, we're breaking down 7 states that are already moving forward with big reforms, so you can understand what's coming and prepare before it hits your wallet. To stay informed, subscribe TaxHack Pro in Florida. Lawmakers are pushing forward with new proposals that aim to give homeowners more stability by expanding homestead benefits and tightening limits on annual assessment increases. With property values rising rapidly across many counties, the goal is to make tax bills more predictable and protect longtime residents from being priced out of their homes. At the same time, local governments argue that these caps make it harder to fund essential services, which means that any change could have ripple effects across the state. If you live in Florida or you're thinking about moving there, these upcoming reforms could have a huge impact on what you pay each year. Texas is also moving ahead with major tax adjustments. The state has already approved one of its largest property tax relief packages in history, but leaders say more changes are on the way, especially as homeowners demand more support against rising appraisals. Some counties are considering new appraisal caps, broader exemptions, and targeted relief programs for seniors and low-income households. For millions of Texas homeowners, even a small adjustment in appraisal rules can mean thousands of dollars in long-term savings or losses, depending on how the reforms are structured. In California, the conversation around property taxes never stops. With skyrocketing home prices and major population shifts, many lawmakers are reevaluating provisions under Proposition 13 and exploring new rules for inheritance, transfer exemptions, and commercial property taxation. These decisions could reshape the entire tax landscape for future generations. The challenge is balancing tax fairness with the state's massive budget needs, especially as more residents move out seeking lower costs elsewhere. If California implements another round of changes, it may influence how other states approach long-term tax reform. Meanwhile, states like New York, New Jersey, and Illinois, known for having some of the highest property taxes in the nation, are considering significant modifications to ease the burden on middle-class families. Some proposals include revamped school funding structures, expanded tax credits, and new limits on how fast assessments can climb each year. These states are under pressure to keep residents from relocating to states with lower taxes like Florida, Tennessee, or the Carolinas. If they don't act soon, they risk losing even more taxpayers, which could push property tax rates even higher for those who remain. Finally, states such as Arizona and Colorado are exploring voter-driven reforms that would reshape their property tax systems. These states have seen major population growth and rapidly rising housing costs, which means residents are demanding updated rules that reflect the new economic reality. Lawmakers are debating whether to expand exemptions, stabilize tax bills, or implement new formulas for valuing properties. These decisions will likely set the tone for broader tax reform efforts across the Western region. As more states respond to rising taxes, shifting budgets, and frustrated homeowners, it's becoming clear that property tax reform will be one of the biggest financial issues leading into 2026. Whether your state moves toward relief, higher taxes, or major restructuring will depend on local politics, housing markets, and voter pressure. One thing is certain: changes are coming, and homeowners need to stay informed, prepared, and ready to adjust their financial planning. Your state might be next, and knowing what's happening now could save you thousands of dollars in the years ahead.